Good morning. Today we're going to be taking a look at XRP and the Sigma coin. So checking in with XRP, we're going to go over a few different kind of charts just to kind of discuss the wave counting and how that plays out along with the targets here. So we'll start with the targets of what we have for this potential C leg that's playing out for XRP. Obviously, if we start closing higher levels up here, that can make things different and change. But as of right now, we have a pretty concise 5-wave move to the downside, an ABC move to the upside, and now we're looking for this final 5th wave to kind of roll over and hopefully get this thing wrapped up here around the 18th, 19th or so for this breakdown that we're looking at. So measured moves that we have here, we've got a couple things to look at. So starting with a more zoomed out view, we have a 618, 702, and 786 levels here with price action all kind of concise, coming in around this zone between 287 to 283. Then if we go and we take our trend-based fib tool, which is hiding on me. There we go, fixed range volume profile tool. And we end up using this across this direction. You can see that we have a volume gap right down here and here. And so this would give us an idea that we have a potential gap close in this region and right down here in this region with these little inefficiencies. And leaning towards where we would probably stop, it'd probably be around this level due to the fact that we have this 702 midpoint between the 618 and 786 that we can kind of stall out at. So we have that giving us some confluence. Then if we take a measured move of wave A and B, and we measure that, that gives us a range down here at 283, which aligns with this gap. And, you know, of course, if it's front ran, then we end up having this area as well that we would find support in anywhere in these regions. So we have a larger overall fib that gives us the 702 potential. We have a trend-based fib that lines up with this 283 level. And then we have our wave count on top of it. So we have the 5-wave move to the downside, the ABC, and then the expectation of another 5-wave moves, but we need to see it break below this level for continuation of the breakdown here. If we start chopping or moving to the upside, then it can change potentially what we're anticipating. So that's kind of what we have here in the local timeframes. Now, what I've been noticing here is just kind of a trend that's been happening more and more. So when we zoom in on this price action, some US dollar inefficiencies have shown up. So for example, right here, we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but notice that this wave 1 wick here gets crossed by the wave 4 wick, and you're not supposed to be able to do that on an Elliott wave count, right? So this would potentially maybe make you think that this is an ABC up before doing this larger ABC correction. Now, what's interesting is if we jump over to the Korean chart and we zoom in on the same price area here, you can see that in Korea, they did not have that wave 4 cross. So you can see over here on this section, there's your top of wave 1, and notice the wave 4 doesn't make it, right? So it ends up just being absolutely just fine. So this has been pretty intriguing that I've been watching more and more of this, that as these comparisons come in, you end up not seeing necessarily the same wave counting on the US dollar as you are with the Korean one. Now we jump over to the USD pairing market cap chart, and lo and behold, you have the same circumstance here yet again. So you have these 5 waves that get manifested here, and you can see that we have the completion of the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, or maybe even we pull this up to the 3. And that's our 4. We're nowhere near the potential start of this wave count here with this market cap chart. So been kind of using the 3 together simultaneously. So we have a cross here on the USD chart. We have no cross on the Korean chart, and no cross here on the market cap chart. So this has been leading me to ultimately identify that I'm just kind of cross-referencing all 3. So if 2 of the 3 are aligning with a cross and the others are not, then I kind of go with it. Here's another discrepancy on the USD chart, just again to make observations. We have this larger 5-wave move. We've got wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Now in those 5 waves, we end up having a cross again. So here is the cross where wave 1 and wave 4 end up crossing each other. So, but we jump over to the Korean chart and we move forward to this region, and lo and behold, we do not cross. No cross at all, right? So we don't see any cross on Korean. And we go over to the market cap chart and we look here at this region right here, and again, no cross. So we have 2 of the 3 charts showing that we don't have a cross between this wave 1 and wave 4. So this would make me yet again identify this as a 5-wave move. So we have a 5, 3, 5 correction. Now we should be able to start working our way down, and here on the Korean chart, this wave 1 and 4 really don't pretty much cross. I mean, there's a little bit of cross going on here. We go to the market cap chart, there is no cross between this wave 1 and this 4. And the USD chart, we end up having yet again a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you can see that we do end up crossing. So now we have 2 of the 3 crossing here. So you just kind of have to kind of work with it, knowing what the context was prior. But it is an intriguing thing that the Korean chart tends to be showing us that there's more of a completed structure than you would otherwise get. So, and maybe this is the wave 1 right here, and they don't cross because we do a 5-wave down ABC move, and then yeah, that actually is what happened. So Korea did not cross, so we did not have a cross here. So I've been starting to lean a little bit more on the wave counting to the Korean and market cap charts, and they've been giving us a lot more insight on what we are doing here. But ultimately now we are looking pretty much like we're breaking down here. So if we go to the Korean chart, we can see that we have a wave 1 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then an A, B, C for wave 2, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 3, getting us down into this wick, and then finally this 4th wave ends up giving us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves to the downside. That completes the move without the cross occurring between the 2 different levels here. They just touch. Now we've gone and done an ABC, and now this should begin our next breakdown here, where we start moving to the downside with 5 waves. So everything's kind of poised and ready for that. And then we can see the same thing here on the market cap chart. Here is your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These do not cross, right? They just come right up to each other. And then we've now gone with an A, B, and we might end up doing a little bit of an ABC move to the upside here, where we complete a little bit of an ABC, and then we should kind of roll over and complete that breakdown. So basically at this point, going back to US dollar here, we're just looking for maybe one more squeeze higher, maybe somewhere up into this region, and then that should be the completion of wave 1 and 2, and then we are able to officially start rolling over and work to these targets to the downside. So invalidation is anything that closes above this level, starts changing the picture of what we're doing, but right now it looks pretty consistent of an ABC. And then time wise, if we just measure the length of time it would take here, I could see a big smackdown into that Fed meeting, resulting in a massive pull down. So Fed meeting is coming up. We have it right here at 11 o'clock my time, and then we can see that this trend line, if we continue to follow it as it is in a parallel channel with this one, would take us out to September 18th towards the end of the day, for kind of wrapping everything up. Now, coinciding with this is our Sigma coin. So we are working on this completion of this kind of potential flat is the way I'm looking at it. So if we zoom in on the shorter time frames, we can see that Sigma is working on the 5-wave move to the upside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then it goes ABC down, ABC up, and then this should be a 5-wave breakdown with a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 3 to 4 move. And then now we have one more shakeout, and I'm hoping we can get us right back down to this 1.32 million, and I will accumulate my final bags of Sigma right down here at this region. So I'm looking for this final breakdown, and it looks like we're going to get it. Even if we don't get it with the actual coin itself, we may in fact get it with just the XRP pull down into this region to give us this larger market cap. So 1 hour is getting a little bit overcooked. 4 hour is working its way down, and the daily is also, I believe, working down here. Let's see here. Yes. So all of that kind of gives me the idea that over the next 2 days, we should be able to get right down here in this level, get your final buys in, and then that's it. We're all done with low, and we can start working our way out of here. So the fact that Sigma's aligning with this concept, with the de-risking into the Fed meeting, and we have the fact that this structure is playing out nicely on both the USD, Korean, and market cap charts. All of that together gives me expectations that we should see this final rollover and breakdown, giving us this entry here in the 283 to 285 level. So hopefully that was helpful, and we'll check in tomorrow. Thanks so much.